I mean, at the beginning, it was dark. It was really dark because like
Mhm.
I didn't know what was gonna happen. Like I didn't have the stats, so I'm like, if I don't play, I don't I don't get to do what I want to do next year.
When you're in isolation and you don't have that one thing you love, it just makes you gravitate towards God.
Don't take your time for granted, and then also keep your genuine relationships. Like it was times where I didn't want to talk to nobody. It was times where I was crying because I can't play basketball. Like I was texting my mom and my dad almost every day. Like I don't know, this might be it.
When God takes something for you, takes something away from you, he also replaces it. It may not come instantly, it may come within time.
Decisions in life are so hard, but at the same time, if you think it, you should do it.
For sure. Growing up not having certain things is like you want to keep everything you got, and if you're in a situation where you could lose it, you would rather stay comfortable with what you have.
I just try to pride myself on being so perfect, trying to be the perfect person for every situation there is, and so it puts more stress on yourself. And like the perfect decision is never the perfect decision. Like you'll never figure out the perfect decision.
Back with another episode of Tread Choose Podcast. As everyone know, I took a small hiatus and just took some time off, touched some grass. But we back better than ever. More episodes, more guests, new merch is on the way, new everything's on the way. And not to mention, I also have 2 special sponsors that I have. So expect promotion codes coming from my sponsors that include free merch and then free giveaways. Today, I have a special guest, someone I just met literally last week. So without further more introduction, go ahead and introduce yourself, brother.
I'm Isaiah Jones, further known as Zerk on Instagram. But yeah, just met him. We got connected through brands and local friends, and it's been a great relationship as a friendship as brothers now. But I appreciate you having me on the podcast today, man.
For sure, man.
Sure.
So I usually start off every episode asking all my guests, like, how are you doing mentally?
Mentally, I mean, honestly, now I've been really good since took a break from basketball.
Mhm.
Honestly, I feel like it's been such a strain because I've been on some very good teams, but I'm not always the best player or something like that,
Mhm.
or not considered the best player. And so, honestly, I feel like I just took a leap in my mental and able to like breathe a little more.
Yeah, for sure. And that was one of the questions I did have for you that I was sticking in my head. Cause like I mentioned, before we started recording, like I got a homie that is actually an overseas player.
Mhm.
And he had to take that step as well too, going from potentially being the best player on his team and then going to college and being looked at as maybe like the third option, the fourth option. So how would you explain that transition? Because you've been to 3 schools, right? So
Yes.
you went from Detroit to Oakland and then USF. So how is that transition knowing that you're taking a leap of faith going to a new organization
Mhm.
and you know the capabilities that you have, but it's not being presented to the team or it's not being, accepted. How is
Mhm.
that?
Well, honestly, I feel like I've always been adaptable. Like
Mm-hmm.
any situation I'm in, I'm able to like I would say get used to it easily and quickly. So when I go into those situations, I'm always trying to be the best I can be at the beginning
For sure.
and like show what I can. And if the coaches like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. And then once I figure out what they do, then I'll continue what I'm doing. But if I see that it's not working for me or I feel like it's not going to get me to the exact position I want to be in, then I just try to adjust. And like most of the times I found myself to be like that person that is always able to find a way for us to win or something like that. So I
Yeah.
feel like I'm a winner.
Yeah, for sure.
And I accoladed that to my game a lot more and just kept building on that. And it's gotten me 4 rings and 2 March Madness appearances. So I feel like that's just main thing, knowing that I'm a winner naturally,
Hmm.
and then being able to not be down on myself when the coaches don't see me as something that I see myself.
For sure.
So,
Yeah, that's definitely understandable. So you would say that adjusting is pretty much key
mm,
into every situation that you're going to.
yes, especially in life too, because like as I'm going into my next step of outside of college, I might not go play overseas, or my agent's still trying for a 5th year. So like I might not get those options, and now I'm trying to go into the side of working and like having a job every day. So
Hmm.
that's the main thing, just being able to go into that without even being stressed is the high thing for me right now.
Okay, for sure. And before we continue on that topic, like this is our first time talking. So who is Zerk?
Mm,
You know what I mean? Because everybody, I think, um, especially with athletes, usually because I've had NFL players on here, football players as well too, that play college. I think everybody sees you in the jersey, but they don't know who you are with the jersey off or who's beyond the jersey. So, who is Zerk?
okay. So personally, I'm gonna give you a personally and then what I think other people's opinions are.
Okay.
Personally, I will say I'm just a chill, laid back guy that loves hoops, loves clothes, loves fashion,
Mhm.
and just generally likes to hang out, you know. I've always been a like an independent person. Like I can hang, like and be by myself and not be around people and be okay. But like when I get around people, like I feel like I light up the room a little bit and I make everybody comfortable,
Mhm.
you know. So just being able to interact with people and I'm not too talkative, but like when I do have conversations, I'm able to carry them.
For
So
sure.
like so it's just the main thing. And then I feel like the opinion that people mostly have on me is I'm a pretty boy light skinned that ruins people's lives, you know? And I get that a lot. And I'm like, bro, y'all just don't know me.
Yeah.
But I can understand why sometimes because, you know, some just certain ways I act sometimes I
Yeah.
can understand, but the opinions are they're wrong a little bit, you know?
Yeah, man. I mean, I always tell people it's okay to be a villain in somebody's story. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people may not like me or like what I do, but that's their story. I know
Exactly.
my story,
Mhm.
and I know I've impacted people with my story. So if I got one person that's like, "Oh, he's just terrible," well, shit, I don't care. It's your story. You live it how you want to. It don't affect what I got going on.
Mhm.
So yeah, I understand that, and then like you said, you may not talk a lot. I'm the same way. Like I tell people all the time, the most you see me talking is in here.
Yeah.
Like unless I'm outside, like around people,
Yeah.
because I know my energy. Same thing, like you said, like highlight the room, make everybody more comfortable and more fun and stuff like that. But like you see me out walking or running, I ain't talking to nobody,
Me,
bro.
I'm not
Got
saying
my music
nothing.
in, or I'm just by myself working or doing what I need to do. So my next question is, because as everybody know, we're in Florida right now.
Yeah.
Talk about that transition from Nashville to here, because I know you moved down here when you were in high school, right?
Yeah, so I was grew up in Nashville,
Mhm,
then I moved to Memphis before my, like, high school year ended and stuff like that. Played in Memphis for a few years, lived in Memphis for, like, 5 years,
mhm,
and then after that, I went to postgrad for Space Academy in St. Petersburg
mhm.
and, got real close with Mo. He's like a big brother to me, and he take care of me and make sure looks out for me, and he's actually the one that got me to, Detroit Mercy. So, like well, actually, I was at an open run in Memphis, and then, like, people was wondering where I was going. I was like, "I'm going D2 or JUCO." They
Yeah.
was like, "Nah, you're finna go to somewhere else." So then they started calling a bunch of coaches, and then they called Mo, and then he vouched for me. So that's what really got me in the door. And then, yeah, I mean, when I went to Detroit, and it was crazy, but the team was so fun because it was a bunch of seniors,
Mhm,
and it was their last year, so they like I really got to experience what college was a little bit, you know.
mhm.
And I had the number 2 all-time scoring points leader on my team, 3-point champ of NCAA. So like seeing the work ethic that he had kind of like showed me the way. And his name Antoine Davis, by the way. And just like being around that showed me. His dad was the coach, and I
Mhm,
learned a lot from him as well because he was just somebody that's been around the college level a lot and more and more. And I still talk to him to this day too because it was such a genuine connection. But that year didn't go as planned, and we ended up losing in playoffs. Then I went to Oakland my sophomore year because I was like, his son's leaving. It's gonna be hard for him to go back into coaching a team without his son.
yeah.
It's always hard, and they end up going 1-31 the next year, and I ended up going to March Madness and playing Kentucky and beating them my sophomore year. So
Mhm,
Oakland was the best fit to me, honestly, because it was a system, and I knew to get on the floor in systems, you got to do the extra dirty work and play defense and rebound, all that stuff.
mhm.
But I knew I could do that naturally. I wanted to be more of a scorer, of course. Everybody wants to be more of a scorer, but like I could, I would tell any kid that asked me like, you can really make six figures without even having to score crazy. And I don't think people really understand that or know that until it really happens. And I didn't understand it and know until it happened too.
Andre Drummond.
Yeah, exactly. Prime example. So that was just the main thing. And like that year, my sophomore year at Oakland was probably by far the best year I've ever had besides this past year.
Mhm,
I met some genuine people that I still talk to today as well. and it's just a brotherhood. And then I would say my junior year was probably my worst year of college, but I also had the best friendships as well. Like
Yeah.
everything was still a brotherhood at the same time.
Mm,
My little brother came transferred there and played with me as well. But that was the year I broke my foot.
mm,
So it was 2 weeks before we played Michigan, and I was out until so I broke it in October, and I came back. I broke it October 4th, and I came back December 5th or 6th. And I feel like I should never came back so early. I mean, I kind of got surgery and basically rushed it almost. And I still had a good year because it got me to USF. But at the same time, I feel like if I had took that year off, I could have been somewhere else. Never know. But God's way is God's
mhm.
way. So yeah, that junior year was kind of rough, and we ended up still almost going to March Madness. We were 1 game away, and so which is funny because my teammate this past year at USF was the person that beat me to go to March Madness. But yeah, the junior year was kind of rough, but I feel like I found God a little more my junior year because I was out and I couldn't walk. So it was like a lot going through my mind day in and day out.
Mhm.
And I feel like it brought a new demeanor to how the way I approach things, honestly. And then
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that for sure because I feel like, especially as athletes, like I didn't play collegiate or anything like that, never
mhm,
play high school, play AAU at most. But, when I did get injured, whenever I played AAU, and also the reason why I never played for my school, I went to Oak Ridge High School. If you
ooh,
yeah, so
I know where that is.
yeah,
I
it
know
was
how
it
to
was
yeah.
no like, I'm barely 6 foot.
Yeah.
It ain't no
I'm
way
a
I'm making the team.
I'm already
But, when I did play AAU and I would get injured, like, it showed me that it's more than life than basketball because
Mhm,
when you sit out, I think, one thing that my homie told me, he was on my podcast as well, he was like, when you're in isolation and you don't have that one thing you love, it just makes you gravitate towards God because, like, the example he gave, he was like, he can't turn to LeBron. LeBron don't know him. He can't
mhm,
pick up a basketball. He hurt. He can't go out and do anything. He hurt. So it's like you only turn to God and you try to find yourself within the Bible, yourself within God to get a better understanding of what's going on in your life. So how, go take a pause right there, junior year.
yeah.
How would you explain that season of isolation or those couple months of isolation and your time with God?
I mean, at the beginning, it was dark. It was really dark because like,
Mhm,
I didn't know what was gonna happen, like, I didn't have the stats. So I'm like, if I don't play, I don't I don't get to do what I wanna do next year, you know?
mhm,
And well, what just past year just happened, but, like, I just knew that, like, if it really was, like, my I would say goal, then I would just have to work harder and harder, and, honestly, I feel like God just put the right people in my ear at the time, but also He put the wrong people in my ear because like, it also just, like, I wanna say it was dark until then, like, the whole time until I was able to walk,
mhm,
because I feel like I was just constantly on myself, feeling like I had to do something. And I feel like that kinda, like, got to me more so because I didn't have to. I coulda took that time to I coulda took that time to maybe started the brand already I'm starting to work on now,
mhm,
you know? And that's where the negative side of thing is, but I feel like the most positive I got out of that was don't take your time for granted. And then also keep your genuine relationships. Like, it was times where I didn't wanna talk to nobody. It was times where I was crying because I can't play basketball. Like, I was texting my mom and my dad almost every day, like, "I don't know, this might be it for me," like, and it's literally just off a broken foot that healed just like that.
mhm.
But you get that love taken away from you.
It's a void.
Exactly. And so that was another thing, like you're saying, the void, it really showed me that how you were saying, like, there's more to life, like, it really showed me, like, I might not have this after college, so you need to figure out what you really want.
Mhm,
And I feel like, right after that, or I was getting into it before, but, like, right after that, that's when I started finding clothes and fashion, and I feel like God has guided me in the sense of just knowing that that's an avenue for me,
mhm,
but also I feel like he just spoke to me a lot more, you know?
Yeah,
Eh
that's real. I feel like, and I tell people this a lot too. When God takes something away from you, He also replace it. It may not come instantly. It may come within time. So, like I told you before, like even about the situation with my podcast. Something was taken away from me emotionally, but God gave me the idea of doing something that I always been wanting to do, and now I'm fulfilling my purpose in a sense. So
Exactly.
it's always twofold. It's gonna be hurtful. It's gonna be painful, and it's gonna probably make you upset. But at the same time, as long as you understand that something better is coming, you understand. Like I always tell people, it's more to life. Like we go through shit all the time. There's other people that
Mhm.
go through worse, of course, but it's always more to life.
Exactly.
So, jumping to coming down here to Florida, like how was that transitioning? Because you coming off an injury, so I know it's more of like a I don't know how it necessarily works coming off injury. Like, did you have to prove yourself when you came down here, or is it like they already knew what you were capable of?
I really had to prove myself here. Like, cause even in the transfer portal, like, I didn't know that I didn't think I was gonna get anything for real, cause I broke my foot and I didn't have crazy stats, but I ended up, like, I had good people around me to help me get there. But, yeah, when I came here, first week, I'm getting yelled at like crazy. I get pulled into the office. He shows me like the rankings from like the tempo that I went from my last year school to here. Like my last year school was like 300 something. Here was like 15, top 15 in the nation. So that's a crazy change. And then my foot apparently wasn't fully healed.
Mm,
So I was playing on like a 60% healed bone that whole last season. Then I tried to come here and run like crazy because like last season I didn't have to do as much running. Like it was system sets, so like we slowing the ball down and all that stuff. Here we going up and down 24/7. So like first 2 weeks into practices during the summer, I'm getting yelled at crazy. I'm feeling like I can't breathe, my heart hurting. I'm not making sprints. Like it's crazy. And then when I found out my foot, I had to sit out for like a month almost to like get it fully healed.
yeah.
And so like that was just the main thing, knowing that there's levels to this. And I feel like that made me a better man for sure this past year. And my coach, loving to death, he's a nutcase, but he also showed me a lot, like I can respect
Mm,
him at the end of the day. And but yeah, that whole summer was crazy because like there was one time where I felt like my chest was literally caving in. There was another time where me and my teammates got to fighting because they thought I was gonna keep running. I was telling them straight up like, y'all not gonna make me run. Like I told my coaches I don't even like running. Like
yeah.
it got serious. It got to that point. And so that's just the main thing. Like knowing that there was levels. And
Hmm.
yeah, coming here was the best thing for me. 'Cause, like, I changed my whole body, my mindset, in sense of just work ethic.
Hmm.
Um, I had some great teammates this year that I feel like they're gonna do some big things, and, I feel like they're, like, the best family I have, honestly, so
That's what's up, bro. And I noticed something like, throughout this journey that you've been mentioning with your collegiate career, you never really mention like yourself a lot. It's always about like the program that's been set up or like your teammates and everything else. So what do you think is like the misconception of like athletes that may not produce as much, but they're still in a winning foundation? So basically my question is, it's a million kids out here in the world that be like, "Oh, when I go to college, like I need to average 20,
Mhm,
25," but they don't understand that you can still average that, still be a loser. Like you
mhm.
can average that and still not go to the next level. How would you explain to kids coming up or any like, high school athletes about understanding that a winning program and a winning system is very much key to get to that next level?
It's 100% that because I coulda this past year, I coulda went to any type of school, like lower mid-major school, and
Mhm,
been the guy. Like I had the offers to do that, but like at the end of the day, I knew I wanted to win. Like I want to go back to March Madness. That's my main goal, going to March Madness.
mhm,
And thank God the schools that I did turn down, they ended up going to March Madness or they was higher in their playoff tournament, but at a higher level and a higher school, you would say on a bigger stage. Like we're in the American Conference and you're going to March Madness. It's a bigger deal than me at somewhere in like the SoCon or the I don't know, so ASUN conference or something like
mhm,
that. So I would just tell kids like the average at 20 is cool. It definitely is, but can you average 20 on a winning team like you're saying? And can you get the other people around you to buy in?
Mhm.
If you get people to buy in and you're averaging 20, you're gonna make it. But if you're averaging 20 and nobody likes you, you're never gonna make it. And that's why I looked at it in the sense of I could go out there and ball hog. Maybe coach take me out, maybe not. And say I ball hog and I'm scoring the whole time. Nobody's gonna like you. So
Mhm.
then when it's time to actually win or you need to make that pass, they can be like, "Oh, I didn't expect you to pass me the ball," or "I didn't expect you to do
Exactly.
this." And then now they're shocked and now y'all all messed up.
There's no chemistry.
Exactly, no chemistry at all. So
Mhm.
that's the main thing, just knowing that you can literally do anything you want. It's just how hard you are and how hard you play and what you can do outside of just one thing. I feel like me being able to do multiple things is the main thing, but yeah, just don't go into it looking to score. I
Yeah.
promise you, if you're a freshman walking in, like I tell like anytime I had an open run or anything, and I know somebody's like younger or something like that, I tell them like, do not go into it looking to score because you're never gonna it's never gonna be that person unless your coach just really loves you. It's never gonna be that person. Like, and I've been told some crazy things. I've been told that I'm gonna average 20 on the sophomore year of school that I was at. I mean, at Oakland, my sophomore year, they told me I was gonna average 20. I averaged 5 points. Like, but I got a ring and I got
Whoa, whoa. I know you're too busy watching the episode, but just take a moment to look at the link down below. Make sure you subscribe to the Truth Lounge. Make sure you join the Truth family. Living your truth. This is the perfect place to be, and I appreciate you for tuning in and watching the episode.
the people at Oakland kind of respect me because of what I do. And there's
Mhm.
fans and reporters saying, "Oh, he might not score a lot, but he did this, this, and that." So like, there's articles about that. Like,
Mhm.
I would rather be in an article and for a winning team or not be in an article at all, and you're
Mhm.
averaging 20 and nobody knows. You know.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's just the main thing. Just knowing that there's a lot more than just yourself.
That's facts.
Yeah.
And I think well, a lot of people don't understand. Like I love hoops a lot. You know what I mean? I thank God I never really had that crazy attachment that most people have and
Mhm.
they'd be willing to go off edge if they don't really make it. But um I
Facts.
think a lot of people don't understand that it's a lot of guys, a lot of cats out here that have did the work as far as in scoring crazy, but never won, and they're still not remembered to this day. Like
Mhm.
I can name crazy amount of hoopers that came out of Florida, but like it ain't no articles about them. It ain't they don't have that, you know what I mean, that community around them to where like if something was to go wrong, somebody would be able to help them out or anything like that. So
Exactly.
that's to me it's always about, finding that culture, that community, and then also being in a winning organization because essentially winners are remembered the most.
Exactly.
So my next question to you is what advice would you give the young Zert? You know what I mean? Because I feel like a lot of people can't tap in with their younger self.
Mhm.
So I always try to look back and be like, damn, what would I have told Trey to make this way more understandable? Because I feel like when we get older, we be like, damn, not everything makes sense.
Mhm.
So what is one thing you think you would tell your younger
I
self?
would say you gotta sacrifice. I was always trying to be the person that was, like, there for everybody
Hmm.
or, like, say it's, like, 3 things that is going on in that day. I'm trying to make it to every single situation when I know I really can't.
Hmm.
Um, Sacrifice and also just be you. I feel like for the most part, growing up, I wasn't always just being myself. Feel like I was just I wouldn't say fitting in, but I also didn't wanna be like, I didn't wanna lead a situation.
Hmm.
I was okay with just blending in and just being in the background and stuff like that. And I feel like, if I'd led and been myself a little more, things coulda went a different way or something like that, which I'm still blessed to be in the position I am now, but I feel like I had to grow up from not being able to make my own decisions on a sense of having a second thought every time
Hmm.
and not just going with my gut or feeling. And yeah, just don't that's another thing, don't second guess. I would tell myself don't second guess at all because I would second guess all the time.
Hmm.
And like decisions in life are so hard, but at the same time, if you think it, you should do it.
For sure.
So yeah.
So where did that second guessing come from? Because like with me, I still do it to this day. It's crazy, but it all depends. Sometimes I tell people like I have a fuck it button. If I push the fuck it button, I'm just gonna do it.
Mhm.
I don't even look at what's gonna happen after. Like whatever happens, happens. But that comes from me having that second guess mindset because I was scared of failure.
Mm,
Because growing up not having certain things is like you want to keep everything you got. And if you're in a situation where you could lose it,
mhm,
you would rather stay comfortable with what you have. So where did your second guessing come from? Or was it just like that because I think it could be failure or it could be lack of confidence.
mhm.
So what do you think it was for you?
I think it's the failure part. That's just like anything. Like, say somebody wants to go. Like, I'm scared to do roller coasters, scared to do all that crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Cause like, it's not that's not a failure thing, but it's like what could happen
Yeah.
type of thing. You
That what
know?
if moment.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And so I think the failure thing part of it, and also I just try to pride myself on being so perfect, trying to be the perfect person for every situation there is, and so it puts more stress and on yourself. And like the perfect decision is never the perfect decision. Like you'll never figure out the perfect decision.
Hmm.
And so I continue to like I still struggle with it today sometimes with trying to be perfect because like nobody wants to make the wrong move.
Hmm.
And even with the perfect situations that I think that I'm in, they're always not perfect because I figure out there's something else going on, or I start not liking the situation or something like that. So that's just the main thing, just the perfect trying to be perfect, and then the failure thought of like, if this doesn't go right, then I'm done. Like it makes you think that like you have nothing else after that.
Hmm.
And I feel like the last month, how we were talking about how my mental has been, I've been able to think very clearly and not think about the failure part, and more so of what can I do so I don't even think about failure, you
Hmm.
know? So yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you that how you now I was gonna flip it on you, ask you
Mhm.
how you implementing that into your transition from college.
Yeah.
Because I think even with me, like once I graduated, like I work in law enforcement, I do forensics. So
Okay.
like most people don't even be knowing I do crazy shit outside of work.
Word.
So that transition for me was tough because I had an option. I had choices.
Mm.
I could either continue to be a promoter, promoting you make good money, but you also have slow nights.
Yep.
Or I could take a risk and try to get into my career, which is hard as hell to do. End up starting promoting. So all the fast money that I was getting,
Yeah.
like we talked about, like going working a job, like I always worked and I always had the hustle mentality, but it's like, all right, I just did 4 years, wasted 4 years of my life. Now you want me to go work at where, I don't know, for instance, McDonald's or something like
Mhm.
that. Just somewhere that I'm thinking like, as soon as I got to college, man, you got to pay me. Like,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? I need to get
Exactly.
this paper. I done been 4 years, but
Mhm.
that was my whole thing. I was like, I don't know what's next. And I was like, I don't want to make the wrong move. Like, say if I take a job for less and then I end up not even getting into my career. But
Exactly.
luckily I was blessed. I got into my career right after college. But I know people that have that moment in their life, they like that transition, that post grad,
Mhm.
it's the hardest phase in people's life. So how are you implementing the second guessing and the decision making? I know you said like now it's more clear.
Yeah.
So you say your mind has more of a clarity approach to it now.
Yeah. It definitely does because like before this actual month that I was like saying talking about,
Mhm.
I was going through it a little more just because I knew the season had ended. I knew that maybe there was a possibility of me getting a fifth year. I knew that maybe there was a possibility of me getting some good jobs overseas or G League or something like that.
Mhm.
And then I also knew that I wanted to be into fashion and clothing. So it was like had so many options to mess around with.
Mhm.
It was like messing with my mental a little bit and like stressing me a little more. But once I found out like the fifth years of stuff, they changed it where play 5 and 5 and stuff like that. And I knew that my class was getting fucked over a little bit. I was like, all right, so that's out the table. But if it comes up, it comes up.
Mhm.
Then with the overseas stuff, I was like, it's not that much money. I'd rather work a 9 to 5 here if I'm gonna do that. I love basketball, but at the same time, like there's more to life. That was
Mhm.
my thing. And still have opportunity, but I wanna see where the brand and modeling and stuff like that goes. And that's why I feel like I'm taking this whole summer to basically abuse the modeling and the brand to see how far I can get in within 2, 3 months.
Mhm.
And if it goes good in 2, 3 months, you never know what can happen in a year or maybe
Absolutely.
to 8 months. So it's like that that's the process I've been on, is just like trying to think of it more mature like, and not think of it as the last 4 year has been where I'm getting my apartment paid for, or everything's paid for.
Mhm.
That's the mindset I've been getting out of, knowing that I have certain bills I have to take care of now. So
Adulthood.
yeah, exactly.
Yes.
That
It
adulthood is crazy.
it is, and I think I was just talking about that, to somebody. I think it was at Sunday, the event I was at,
Yeah.
and they was talking about, like, how they wanna go back to school. I was like, "Look, I luckily got blessed with my college career." Like, I went to school,
Mhm.
didn't have no scholarships first 2 years, had to take out loans. I was pissed. I went to a private school, so that costs cheap.
It definitely
And I'm
does.
like, I'm paying thousands of dollars to go to this school that nobody know about, and it ain't shit here. I'm in the middle of nowhere,
Yeah.
but I'm paying money to go here. So I was like, I end up because I was pretty known once I got there. I was like, man, like who in charge of scholarships? I was like, I gotta talk to him. And I told my advice to anybody that want to go back to school or just go to school in general is
Mhm.
find the person in charge of the money. Because
Yeah.
what I did was I applied for every scholarship, pregnancy scholarship, singing scholarship. I did every single one, and guess what? I got a full ride
Word.
because they seen that I was hungry for it and
Mhm.
nobody else was. So
Yeah.
they gave me a full ride.
That's real.
But like that story is just basically like how you said, like I didn't understand the effects of paying bills and stuff like that until after because I was getting paid to go to school. I was getting 5 racks a semester
Uh,
because I was on a full ride.
yeah.
So it's like,
You
all
sound like
right.
an athlete, basically.
I was telling people, my boy's like, hey, yeah, we getting paid. And I'm like, shit, I'm getting paid too. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
that post grad feeling, I'm like, damn, all right, rent coming up. There's some like you said earlier, you gotta sacrifice this, you gotta sacrifice that. But I think post grad, I think everybody needs it
Mhm.
because it's like that one eye opener to everything you need in life. Because I feel like if you don't take it serious, then your life won't progress. You'll basically be at the beginning of college all over again.
Exactly.
Um, so my next question for you is now, like you just mentioned, going forward into modeling and then making your own brand. How is that creative process going for you? Because I know what a lot of people don't understand is they think like, oh, you just make a couple shirts and stuff like that, but it's actually a whole creative mindset that you have to be consistent and also want people to buy your stuff. So how has that creative mindset been for you?
You're exactly right. It's not just t-shirts and printing something on 'em, like,
Mhm,
I feel like I have a creative bloodline, like, my mom, she's very creative, my dad can draw, so it's like those things I've seen them do in
mhm,
the past, like, I've added it to my mental, and just like, when I first started, it was just me drawing, putting the pencil to the paper and, like, drawing, and it's came to life now, of
mm,
course, but, like, yeah, it's a whole process because you gotta talk to the manufacturers, you gotta talk to certain people online, like, "Do
mhm,
you know this or that?" You gotta ask the people you know that are already in the business, and that's just sometimes scary because like, you don't wanna, like, take their sauce or like try to like overstep on what they got going because like some people just like to keep their business private.
for sure.
And then also the pieces, like you don't want to be exactly how somebody else is. You want to have your own thing going and like your own style.
Mhm,
And that was the main thing was trying to find my own style because everything like while I've been in college playing basketball, everybody all the brands that I buy have been out and that's what I like. So like
mhm,
I gotta go in, I want my brand to be like that, but I gotta make it my own twist, you know?
exactly.
So it's like just knowing that there's a lot out there, but you gotta make it your own is what I got from that, and, yeah, that's honestly it, really, it's just like, don't think that it's easy. It's not,
Mhm,
because this I thought it was gonna be a little easier just knowing because I know so many people, and I thought the process was gonna go a little faster, like, I talked to the manufacturer people every night, and it seemed like we were repeating the same conversation every day, you know? So it's like that's the main thing is just knowing that it's a process, a long process.
yeah,
You want your clothes like that, it's not gonna happen. You wanna make a drop like that, it's not gonna happen. You gotta build a website, you gotta build Cameo, like, you really, like, build it up if you really want it to work, and
mhm,
that's, like I wouldn't say it's hard to do, but it's hard in the process of getting it together,
for
so
sure.
that's
So how does because I always ask people this, like for instance, I've asked Gabe them and I've made my own merch for my podcast. How would you say your mental is as far as in like when you do drop?
Mhm.
Are you because when I first dropped, I ain't think I was gonna sell a shirt.
Really?
You know what I mean? It's because like I feel like I always talk about this, but like support is wishy washy. Like people will support you or they won't. Even if it's free, they still won't support you.
Mhm.
So what is your mentality right now? Like looking forward to your first drop, or like as far as in just how the process is already going. Like, are you confident in what's going on? Or are you like kind of like, I don't really know. Do you want to scale back? Do you want to remap anything? Like, how is that mental playing right now?
I'm, like, in between. Like, I feel like I have a great support system with just, like I play with so many basketball teams and play with so
Mhm,
many athletes, so, like, I know those type of people are gonna be there. I'm really more so on the outside of things of, like, the new people and the people that I've never met, but they're on, like, my social or something like that,
mhm,
and see how they react to it. Like, I posted my clothes and, like, everybody saying, like, they love it, all that, this and that. People can say they love it and then they don't support, you know? And then,
mhm,
like, sometimes people are saying they love a certain piece. They don't say they really like that other piece. And I'm
mhm,
like, so should I really drop this or not? But then I'm also thinking like maybe if this sells out, then they'll just pick up that just because. Cause like that's something I would do. If I can't get something else, I'm gonna try to, you know?
mhm,
And yeah, just that part. And then also trying to figure out how much you want to bulk size and buy. Cause you're like, well, I want to buy all this so I can sell it, but if it don't sell out, then I'm cooked. And then you also don't want to be where
mhm.
you buy a certain amount, you sell out, then you got to do
Yeah.
pre-orders and you got to wait a whole another. Then everybody's gonna be thinking like, oh, he don't sell his stuff or he don't get his stuff to you like that. So it's just those things. It's so hard, and that
Mhm.
what makes it hard is just having a manufacturer somewhere crazy, and you got to wait almost a month to get your packages.
That's facts.
So just doing that, but I feel like if you're continuously networking and like posting and keeping people active and intrigued,
Mhm,
that's the main thing. And I've learned a good way to do that. Like on my regular Instagram, I post maybe like 2 to 3 times a week and like every 2 to 3 days. So I feel like I've learned the natural side of that.
mhm.
It's more so just about going out there and doing the actions to get people to interact with you and stuff like that.
Yep, consistency is key.
Exactly.
That's just how it is, but same thing, yeah, to talk about what you just said, especially bulk buying, like, I think my first drop on my shirts, and my shirts is nothing crazy. It's got my logo right here, and then it got a quote I made on the back.
That's real.
Um,
Gotta see one
they it sold out the first time I had it, so I'm like, "Oh, shit."
of those.
I'm like, "Shit, I only did 30 shirts." So everybody like, "Oh, I need a shirt, I need a shirt." I'm like, "Oh, I'm doing pre-orders." They're like, "Oh, no, I ain't trying to do all that." Like, I
See?
thought you so that's why I asked you that question because I feel like, that's what I said, sometimes I have a fuck it button, like, I try to cater to people so much, especially with my podcast,
Mhm.
that I had to learn that you can't always cater to other people. Like the vision that you have for yourself or the vision or idea that you have for your business, sometimes you got to push it out without other people approving it or other people caring about it because it's somebody else in the middle of nowhere that's gonna love it and like it. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? So I even talked to Luke about it. I was just like, when he was on here, I was like, so how do you like deal with drops that don't work? He's like, a drop is for somebody.
Mhm.
Somebody gonna love it, somebody gonna hate it, but at the end of the day, it's for somebody. So I'm looking forward definitely to your first drop. I
Appreciate
definitely will be shopping. I try to shop with everybody
it.
as
Yeah.
much as I can. But yeah, bro. My last question for you though is, and I always ask people this
Yeah.
towards the end of the episodes, if you could describe, I want to see if I want to do 2 words or 1 word. If you could describe your whole journey in 2 words, what 2 words would you use? So like through all the trials and tribulations, collegiate, personal, everything that you've been through in life, how would you describe it in 2 words and why would you use those 2 words?
Mm, I would say outstanding and unfinished. I would say outstanding because coming out of high school, COVID happened. I didn't have no offers to no school.
Mhm,
Um, I prevailed higher than most of the people in my from my hometown in sports.
mhm,
Um, I built relationships with people that like could help me now if I like need the serious help, you know.
mhm,
And I feel like I've been to the one of the biggest stages in a lot of college athletes' lives. Some people don't get to even do what I've done. in life in a span, and I don't take it for granted. I thank God every day for it because there's a hard days where I'm like, I don't have this or that, and then I go back to think like, you really have it made, and it might be a struggle at times, but everybody struggles. And then I would say I'm finished because now people are seeing a side that like side of me that they got a glimpse of, but now they're starting to see a little more of like my actual personality and characteristics.
Mhm.
I feel like basketball kind of made me, I wouldn't say bottled up, but like at the same time, like I wasn't outgoing as much because like I just wanted to be chill. Like I had teammates that would do that, like I just wanted to, and I feel like I'm like a little more mature than,
Most.
yeah, most people. So like I look at certain situations, I'm like, bro, like what are we doing? But at the same time, I'm like, now that I like look back at it, I'm like, they're just having fun. And I feel like I took a lot of fun from myself
Mhm.
growing up because I tried to be, I feel like I was too serious sometimes. But I feel like now it's becoming a little more open, I
Mhm.
would say, and able to actually build friendships and guidance. I get guidance from people like I would say like 4 or 5 years ago. If I met y'all, I probably would have been like, all right, y'all, and never see, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But now I'm open to like actually going to meet people and do things with people and like interact with people instead of just chilling at the crib and blah blah, do this and be on a game.
Mhm.
And like that's even like just answering phone calls. Like I answer calls at first. I 4 or 5 years I would not answer calls at all. I'd be like, bro, just text me. Like
Yeah.
just leave it at that. And so yeah, I feel like my personality is getting shown a little more.
Mhm.
And just continue to just be happy about where I'm at. You know, a lot of people my age are struggling like crazy.
That's fact.
And like even if I'm not say working right now or doing like exactly what I want to do right now, I know I'm building towards it.
For sure. And just to piggyback over that, I was the same way, but I was like that from high school all the way, I want to say up until last year. My
Hmm.
podcast is what really brought out my personality
Yeah.
because, like, bro, I kid you not, I used to live in my four walls. I tell people all the time, like, my life was depression without me knowing it was depression. I thought I was working towards my career the whole time I was killing myself and all the memories I could have been making. Like, people invite me out. I'd be like, nah, bro, finna chill at the crib, play the game.
Hmm.
And not knowing that that moment of playing the game, your life just passing you by day, hour by hour. You just literally a robot waking up, go play the game in the crib, and you don't have anything outlet. So I'm thankful for this. I'm thankful for my podcast just because it is bringing out my personality. Like, for instance, like I never would do no microphones, go talking to people and shit. Like, bro, I'm like, bro, you want to see me? I'm at the crib. Like,
The
you want to call
facts.
me? Just let me know what you need before I pick up the phone. Like,
Exactly.
so it's like I used to always be shut off to the world because my whole vision was making it somewhere that I don't even know I probably would have made it there. Like,
Exactly.
I was just in love with a dream that I didn't even know what happened for me. So yeah, bro. So I definitely understand that, and I'm glad your personality is starting to come out because I try to tell a lot of younger people that I speak to, like, just go out and do it, bro. Like, meet people. Like, all the connections I made from just talking,
Yeah.
shit
Exactly.
is crazy, bro. Like, having people in your back pocket, like, if anything was to go wrong or if you need something, or you always be able to be like, yeah, I can help you out. Like, I've helped out a lot of people just by doing this. So,
That's the main thing with that, and it just continues to build. Like
mhm,
if you stay bottled up or stay in that four wall, it's like you feel like you might like I feel like I'm probably pretty smart. I know I have like a high IQ. Like even my
mhm,
coaches have told me, and like people tell me like I'm pretty smart. But once I got outside of those four walls, and I was like trying to explore and like really trying to like open up a little more,
mhm,
I feel like I was a little slow. I don't
mhm,
want to say slow, but a little dumb. But like I felt like I didn't know anything
mhm.
when whole time I know it, but it's just like it's not clicking like it used to because I was just talking to myself.
Exactly. Like you
So
said, it's levels.
levels,
It's levels to everything in life. Like,
literally,
that's why I say, like, sometimes I get around new people, I'm like, "Damn, I ain't never heard no shit like that before." Like, "What the fuck you
exactly.
talking about?"
And you done said it in your room or something to yourself whole time before, but it
Mhm.
just didn't sound. It don't sound right coming out of somebody else's mouth.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
say, yeah, man, everything I always tell people, I tell people 2 things. You will always be a teacher in somebody's life, or you will always be a student. You always have to be a student to anybody you meet. Like I like to learn from other people. That way, I can teach other people.
Mhm.
I never tell people like all the game I got is not just from Trey.
Mm.
It's from my experiences and then other people that gave it to me. And then another thing I tell people is that we're always living somebody's dream and we're always living somebody's nightmare. Like it's somebody that's way up in the world and they don't want to be shit like Trey right now. They
Mhm.
don't want to come down to the pedestal, but I'm also living somebody else's dream that is trying to figure this shit out, but they can't.
Yeah.
So everything is levels to this shit. That's why I try to take everything as humbly and as, peacefully as I can because I know at the end of the day I could lose all this shit.
Telling me. That'd be the main thing with every time I just, like, go out and do stuff, I'm like, I gotta do this now or it could be gone by tomorrow, so,
Mhm.
like, why not do it? And that's where a lot of my big spending goes
Yeah.
to, is because I will go buy stuff because I know, like, might not have
Not
this
up.
forever. If I'm gonna have it, I'm gonna do it now and think about it later, but, like,
Mhm.
yeah, that's the main thing, just, like, being able to go out on a limb sometimes and just say, "Fuck it," like you're saying, just do it.
Do it.
Yeah.
Gotta have that fucking button. So we are getting towards the end. So like I told you in the beginning,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have you take out the lid and then you can pick any card.
Let's see here, I'm gonna do this one. Oh, my bad.
Good.
What's a small win you've been overlooking lately? I've been running. I hate running.
I do
I
too.
I literally hate running, and I've been running miles. I've been going to Bayshore running miles.
Mhm.
I went to a running club, the other day, and, yeah, it's just like I've been running a lot more, but I feel way better,
Mhm.
and been lifting a lot more and just, like, I'm excited every day I wake up, like, during basketball, it would be a drag waking up and to go run and lift, you know?
Mhm.
And of course, that's because you're being forced to do it, of course.
Yeah.
But now I feel like I'm getting into the spirit of like, I know I gotta be fit
Mhm.
for the rest of my life, especially with my bloodline a little bit.
Mhm.
But you just gotta be happy and really wanna go do it. And I feel like I felt that now.
It's becoming a routine for you.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know if you seen the video that they had posted when we went running.
It
My
was
check light engine came on, boy. I was out of there, boy.
I gotta go see that
Yeah,
one.
bro. They had me, I went out there because they was like, we finna run 1.5. I'm like, I'm finna bring the vest outside. I
Yeah.
had a 12-pound vest on.
Huh?
I'm running. We get to by 0.7. I'm like, oh, nah, y'all boys. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I gotta slow down. I was like, y'all boys keep going though. And we ran we ran 4 miles.
What?
We ran all the way to Bayshore.
That was Tuesday?
Yeah. All the way to Bayshore. And then they ran all the way back. I walked all the way back.
Yeah, I would've walked back
Yeah, shit. I
too.
was like, boy, I'm like, I don't know what y'all think this is. This is
Man.
beginner's luck for me.
Man,
I
they
said,
thought I
y'all
was
lucky
gonna
to get 1.5 out of me running.
they thought I was gonna
Yeah,
make it back, and I would've called an Uber back.
I was about to, bro. But I was like, soon as I bent in the corner, I was like, damn, them boys sitting there with their phones like this, waiting for me. I'm like, oh, hell no. They like, keep
Word.
running, keep running. Like, I was like, if I'd have called an Uber, them boys would have been sick.
Bro, they would've been out there looking for you the whole time, you
Yeah,
gone.
gone. But yeah, bro. So I definitely salute you to that. That's something that I'm trying to get back into as far as like health and fitness. Cause like I said, them 4 walls, man, freshman 15, that shit
Mm-mm,
took a toll on me. I went into my
mm-mm.
freshman year 170,
Yeah.
200.
Oh gosh.
Too bad. Shit.
Luckily luckily, I got blessed. I didn't eat a lot, so, like, the weight that I gained was, like, purely off of just, like, hooping,
Mhm.
we would have to eat, and that's the only time I would gain weight. Luckily, I didn't gain a lot. Now, after my injury, I went from 210 to, like, 235. Worst feeling ever.
I
I came
know.
back playing basketball fat, chubby face, all that. It's crazy.
I say no, burning that shit off was not easy.
But and it was easy to play because, like, we didn't have to run so much with basketball,
Mhm.
but, like, when my Oakland school, we would play high majors, so we play Michigan State, I'm tired, gas, going up and
Mhm.
down, and I'm like, "Bro, this I gotta get this over with off me. This is too much weight for me," but yeah.
That's why I just sent the gate because he takes me what it was like at 9 o'clock.
Mhm.
He like running again. No, he texts me like you need to run a mile today. I say, oh nah, bro, not today.
Today?
Yeah,
Nah, nah.
because I think he ran 3.5, and he was like, you need to run a mile today, bro. Just do it. He was like, don't wear the vest. I was like, nah, bro, I'm going to go record. I'm going home and then I'm going to work. I said, I
Valid.
ain't running shit.
That's
But I said
valid.
next Tuesday, we could definitely run
You'll
that full
see.
again. But I was like,
Bro, that's
let's
how I felt this morning too. I was like, "Nah, I ain't running today. I'll lift, but that's about it. I ain't running
mhm.
today."
Yeah, but that's good to hear that you get into a routine. Glad you figuring out everything, and I mean, I look forward to all the future endeavors that you have going for yourself. I'm gonna support it all the way through.
It's love.
Um, yeah, like this our first time really talking,
For
other
real.
than last week. But
And it's crazy because
yeah,
we didn't even have a crazy conversation before this, and it just happened, you know?
I think the only conversation we had when we played on the same team,
Yeah.
and I was like, all right. Gotta get you on the podcast.
Facts. Facts,
That's it.
literally.
But
Literally.
that's the beautiful thing about life, bro. Like you just don't know who you can connect with, bro.
Exactly.
I think everybody be too intimidated or want to be too cool
Mhm.
with the idea of like having to earn friendships and earn respect from people when you can just be like, hey, bro, I do the same thing. You do this, I do this. Let's make it work.
Exactly.
So I definitely appreciate you from coming on here. Go ahead and let the people where they can find you at and your brand because we got to get that page
Bet,
jumping.
bet, bet. I got you. My Instagram is at Zurkeo, Zurkeoo, and that's all socials. That's TikTok, Snap, all that. And then my brand profile name is We Starworthy, and it's WE Star Worthy. I'm pretty sure y'all know how to spell. And then yeah, just tap into the page. It's some pictures up there of the drop that I'm gonna do. It's called the intro. And hopefully by July that drop will come out. We'll pray for the manufacturers and see what they do for me. But if not, August is really the highest goal. But hopefully next month in July I get the drop one.
For sure. And while you speaking on the drop, go ahead and let them know like what's the concept and the meaning behind your brand.
Okay.
That way they know what they tapping into.
Honestly, just star worthy thing. I feel like it correlates to me the most because like I go to hoop runs and like open runs and like they're like where you going and this like that like I'm killing like
Hmm.
I feel like in my mind, like you can be a star. But when I go to my colleges and stuff, yes, it's a little on the confidence side of things, but also the opportunities
Hmm.
and like the way that people feel outside of the college or the inside of the years that I've been playing, like that's what gave me the idea of star worthy because I feel like I'm a star and I know I am, and you'll always be one regardless. But it's
Facts.
just like what you do about it and how you go about things. So yeah,
For
that's
sure.
that's the idea I got on it. I feel like everybody should be able to relate in some way, even
Mhm.
if it's not the same story I have. I feel like even in work, like being the best father maybe as well or mother, all that type of thing. So it's just an open brand of just knowing that you can be a star just as much as anybody else.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, and definitely I didn't even know you was a part of the COVID run. So I definitely gotta bring you back and we could talk about that
We can
because
definitely talk about that.
I fortunately was a year before that. Oh
Really?
yeah, I was 2019.
Oh
So I
god.
don't know how my life would have changed because I remember when COVID happened, I was in Miami,
Mhm. Ooh.
spring break.
Oh
COVID
gosh.
happened, I came back to Orlando, job gone.
Really?
Got laid off, bro.
Yeah.
I could talk about COVID for days, and I was a promoter, couldn't
Mhm.
do parties.
Yeah.
I was flat,
Damn.
flat.
Was gonna do the radio show
That's
like Tori.
I should have did something back then. That was the perfect time to be creative, but
Mhm.
man, I went through hell, bro, and that's when I was paying for school by myself and shit too, and I was
Yeah.
like, "How the fuck Imma make money?"
Mhm. Yeah, I bet it
Damn,
hurt
but
though, cause COVID was crazy, man. That
it
killed
hurt.
me drastically. It made me change cities. Like that's how I went from Nashville to Memphis, and like, cause Nashville wasn't gonna play basketball until January of that school year. So like, I was gonna go without basketball for November, December, all that, and
Mhm.
then Memphis was playing earlier, and then my AAU team was in Memphis, so it was like it worked out. But man, that was a crazy scenario.
We'll talk about it part 2, don't worry
We
about it. I
definitely
always
can.
bring people back for part
We
2.
definitely can do that.
So, hey, y'all listen, hey, y'all heard it, part 2 gonna be in the works,
I'm
man.
with it. I'm with
And
it.
so, but yeah, bro, I appreciate you. Y'all make sure y'all tap into his brand. Make sure y'all tap in if y'all need models,
Yes. Yes.
anything, anything and everything. Just tap in, tap in, tap in. And most importantly, y'all know how I am with the outro. Gone.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
appreciate you, brother.